So today I'm gonna start our new lesson, lesson 3 millimeters from chapter 7 length. That is from your course book, page number 126 to 131. Let's start. What is millimeter? The millimeter is another unit of length. We can use millimeter to measure length. We write mm for millimeters. In this lesson, we are gonna do some work on millimeters. Let's bring a ruler. Now, 1 centimeter divided into 10 parts is 10 millimeter. So 1 cm equals to 10 mm. 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter. Let's have an example. Measure the length of this interval. So, let's bring the ruler again. Now, if you look at the ruler, we can see that it's 0 centimeter. As the starting point of the centimeter ruler, we need to measure in millimeters. We have to convert centimeters into millimeters. 0 centimeter on the edge of the line which ends on the number that is here. Now, on every centimeter we'll go with 10 millimeters. So, here we can start 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63. So, you can show it in this short form. The length of the interval is 63 millimeters. That is 6 centimeter and 3 millimeters. Now, let's have another example of the same. What are the dimensions of triangle? The word dimension means the base and height of triangle. Now bring a ruler. In starting from 0, fix it on the edge of the triangle. Now measure. So what is the base length? So start from 0 centimeter, again going in tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87. The base equals to 87 millimeters. Now we need to do the height. Let's turn the ruler, mark off the starting end point of the height. So let's see, we can do 5 centimeter is 50 millimeter. Let's count from 5, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So the height equals to 54 millimeters. Rather, we can write that the length, as we know, the millimeter is another unit of length. We write mm for millimeters. So look at the marking on the ruler. Yeah. See how far apart from each other are the long markings? That is 1 centimeter. So can you tell me how many small markings are there between any two long markings? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are 10. So each small marking is 1 millimeter apart from the previous marking. How far apart from each other are the long markings in millimeter? That is 10 millimeters. 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. So in short, if we write, that is 1 cm equals to 10 mm. Now the question arises that where do we use millimeter? We use millimeters to measure the length of a very short object. Okay, an ant is about 7 millimeters long. So as ant is very short, we would go for millimeters. Let's have this exercise. The first one I'm gonna do for you. The rest you have to do yourself on your books. The first one is, the length of my ruler is about 15. Let's check. So here, can you see? There is 15 millimeter or centimeter. So that is 15 centimeter. So in the blank, we're gonna write 15 centimeter. Now the next one is, the length of a paper clip is 30 dash. You have to write it yourself. A basketball hoop is about 2 dash tall. The distance from the swimming pool to the park is about 5 dash. This you have to do on your books. Okay, let's go to the next page. Expressing centimeters and millimeters in millimeters. Now here the width of the book is 1 centimeter and 3 millimeters. What is the width in millimeters? So what is the width of the book? That is 1 centimeter and 3 millimeters. What do we need to do? We have to convert the width of book into millimeters. So the first thing we are gonna do is, we will go for splitting. So 1 centimeter and 3 millimeter, if split to, that is 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters and 3 millimeter is the same. So we know that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. Now if we convert 1 centimeter into 10 millimeter, the next thing we are gonna do, that is we have to add 3 millimeters into 10 millimeters. So can you tell me that how much we would get if we add 3 millimeters into 10 millimeters? So we are gonna get 13 millimeter. So the width of the book is 13 millimeters. We know that 1 centimeter and 3 millimeter equals to 13 millimeter. Let's go for this exercise. Express in millimeters. The first one is, 5 centimeter equals to dash millimeter. If 5 centimeter converted into millimeter, what would we get? Yeah, we would get 50 millimeters. So the first one is 50 millimeters. Now the rest you have to do yourself on your books. So the next we are going to do, that is expressing millimeters in centimeters and millimeters. So the question is, a paper clip is 32 millimeters long. What is its length in centimeters and millimeters? Now, what is the length of paper clip? That is 32 millimeter. What do we have to do is we have to convert the length of paper clip into centimeters and millimeters. So the first thing we are going to do is, firstly, we have to check that 10 millimeters equals to 1 centimeter. So can you see here? There are 32 millimeters. So if we look at the tens, there are 3 tens and 2 ones. So 3 tens millimeter equals to 3 centimeter. So here we have split 30 millimeters into 3 centimeter, and the rest 2 millimeters are remaining, so that would be written as the same. Now the next one, 32 millimeters, if converted into centimeter or millimeter, we would get 3 centimeters and 2 millimeters. Now 32 millimeters, if converted into centimeters and millimeters, we would get 3 centimeter and 2 millimeter. Now the length of the paper clip is 3 centimeter and 2 millimeter. So let's go for this exercise. Yeah, here we have the first one I'm going to do for you. 60 millimeters equals to dash centimeters. So we know that 6 tenths equals to 6 tenths millimeters equals to only 6 centimeter. So the rest you have to do yourself on your books. Let's go for the next. Now the next we have comparing lengths in centimeters and millimeters. The length of some objects are shown below. You can see here is a pencil, eraser, sharpener. So the length of the pencil is 9 centimeter and 4 millimeters. The length of eraser is 3 centimeter and 7 millimeters. And the length of the sharpener, that is 45 millimeters. So for comparing these all three objects, the first thing we have to do, we have to check that the units of these lengths are the same or not. As the pencil's length is in centimeters and millimeters, eraser's length is in centimeters and millimeters, but the sharpener is in only millimeters. So the first thing we need to do is we have to go for millimeters. Firstly, we would convert centimeters into millimeters. That is already converted into millimeters, so we don't need to convert it. Which object is the shortest? The first thing we have to convert centimeters into millimeters. So 9 centimeter equals to 90 millimeters, and 4 millimeter is the same, so 90 millimeter plus 4 millimeters equals to 94 millimeters. So if we convert 9 centimeter and 4 millimeter into millimeter, we would get 94 millimeters. So the length of pencil in millimeters is 94 millimeters. The next thing we have to do is we have to go for eraser. We have to convert centimeters into millimeters. So 3 centimeter equals to 30 millimeters. And 7 millimeter would be added the same. So 30 millimeter plus 7 millimeter equals to 37 millimeter. So the length of eraser into millimeters is 37 millimeters. We have all three values in millimeters, as pencil's length is 94 millimeters, eraser's length is 37 millimeters, and the sharpener's length is 45 millimeters. So the shortest length is 37 millimeters. So the 37 millimeters are erasers. Is the shortest. 37 millimeter is the shortest length among these three objects. The next we have, that is, arrange the lengths in order. Begin with the longest. This you have to do yourself on your books. Let's go for the next page. Adding and subtracting centimeters and millimeters. Let's go toward. Rosa has 2 magnets. The red magnet is 2 centimeters 9 millimeters long. The blue magnet is 5 centimeters 3 millimeters long. Now, what is the total length of Rosa's magnet? So, we know that here are 2 magnets, the red magnet and the blue magnet. The length of red magnet is 2 centimeter 9 millimeters, and the length of blue magnet is 5 centimeter 3 millimeters long. Now what do we have to do? We have to find the total length of Rosa's magnet. So for this you can have your bar chart as well. You can make a bar chart. So here we have 2 centimeters and 9 millimeters, the length of red magnet, and 5 centimeters and 3 millimeters is the length of blue magnet. So for this we have to do, if we want to total the length of both magnets, we have to add them. So we have 2 centimeters and 5 centimeters. If we add 2 and 5, we would get 7 centimeters. And here we have 9 millimeters and 3 millimeters. So 9 and 3 if plus, we would get 12. So 12 millimeter equals to 1 centimeter and 2 millimeters. So 1 would be added to the centimeter, and here we would have only 2. So the answer would be 8 centimeters and 2 millimeters. So for this we have 2 methods. So for adding and subtracting we have 2 methods. So we are gonna apply second method. So we have 2 centimeters and 9 millimeters. And the next next magnet length was 5 centimeter, 3 millimeters. The first thing we have to do is we will go for converting centimeters into millimeters. As we have 2 centimeters, we know that 2 centimeters are equal to 20 millimeters, and 9 millimeter would be the same. Here we have split them. So the next we have 5 centimeter and 3 millimeters. If we split them, we would get 5 centimeter, which is equals to 50 millimeter, and 3 millimeter would be the same. So here 2 centimeter and 9 millimeters. If we add 20 into 9, we would get 29. Yeah, so 2 centimeter and 9 millimeter equals to 29 millimeter, and 5 centimeter and 3 millimeter equals to, if you convert them into millimeters, that is 53 millimeters. So if we add them, if we add 29 millimeters into 53 millimeters, we would get 82 millimeters. So now again we have to convert millimeters into centimeters. So if we look at the tens, there are 82. So how many tens are there? Yeah, there are 8 tens. So 8 tens millimeter means 8 centimeter. Yeah. So we have 8 centimeter, and how many ones are there? There are only 2 ones. So there are 2 millimeters. So if we convert 82 millimeters into centimeter and millimeter, the answer would be 8 centimeter and 2 millimeters. As we know that 10 millimeter equals to 1 centimeter. So the total length of Rosa's magnet is 8 centimeter and 2 millimeters. We have to find how much longer the blue magnet is than the red magnet. Now, how much longer is the blue magnet than the red magnet? So, we can draw a bar model of the magnets. Look at the comparison bar model that is shown on the same page. Here is. So how can we find how much longer the blue magnet is than the red magnet? We can subtract the length of the red magnet from the length of blue magnet. Yeah. We have 2 methods, so we are gonna do with the second method. So the blue magnet's length is 5 centimeter and 3 millimeters, and the red magnet's length is 2 centimeter and 9 millimeters. So what do we need to do? We have to find that how much blue magnet is longer than the red magnet. So we are gonna subtract the length of a red magnet from the blue magnet. The first thing we have to do is we have to convert centimeters into millimeters. As we know that 5 centimeters are equal to 50 millimeters. So we have 5 centimeter and 3 millimeters. So 3 and 5. We have 53 millimeters. The next we have 2 centimeter and 9 millimeters. As we have two methods for subtracting, we are gonna follow second method, in which the two lengths are expressed in millimeters first before they are subtracted. So as you can see that we have the length of blue magnet, that is 5 centimeter and 3 millimeter, and the length of red magnet, that is 2 centimeter 9 millimeters. So what are we going to do first? We have to subtract a red magnet's length from the length of blue magnet. So the first thing we have to do is we will go for converting centimeters into meters. As we know that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. So 5 centimeter equals to 50 millimeters, and we have 3 millimeters. If we add 3, we would get 53 millimeters. Okay, so here is 53 millimeters. Now coming towards the length of red magnet, that is 2 centimeter 9 millimeters. So if we convert 2 centimeter into millimeters, that would be 20 millimeters. Yeah, and 9 millimeter would be the same. If we add them, we would get 29 millimeters. Yeah, here it is. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to subtract 29 from 53. Let's subtract 53 and 29. If we take one carry, so 13. If we subtract 9 from 13, we would get 4, and here we have 4, so 2 subtracted from 4, that is 24. So if we subtract 29 millimeters from 53 millimeters, we would get 24 millimeters. Now the next thing we are going to do is we have to convert again millimeters into centimeters. So here we have 24 millimeters. Yeah, 24. You can see that there are 2 tens and 4 ones. So 2 tens equals to 2 centimeter, and 4 is the same, 4 millimeters. So the blue magnet is 2 centimeters and 4 millimeters longer than the red magnet. Yeah, let's have this exercise, add or subtract. We have 4 parts of this question. So the first one I'm going to do for you, the rest you have to do yourself on your books. So we have to add 4 millimeters into 3 centimeter and 3 millimeters. So as you can see that here we don't have any centimeter, so 3 centimeter would be the same, and if we add 4 into 3 millimeters, we would get 7 millimeters. So 3 centimeter 3 millimeter plus 4 millimeter is equals to 3 centimeter and 7 millimeter. The rest you have to do yourself. Let's go for the next page. Yeah, here you have practice 3. Yeah, so express the millimeter in millimeters. You have to express centimeters into millimeters. The next question is express in centimeters and millimeters. This you have to convert in centimeters and millimeters. The third one is arrange the lengths in order. Begin with the shortest. You have to start from the shortest. The fourth question is add or subtract. So the paths are given to you. You have to do this all on your notebooks. Okay, thank you.